that's going to help you climb to the next level of awareness. That's right. So thank you so much for joining the show today. That's right. You're here at More News You Can Use with Lotus Richey. And guess what? If you want to be a celebrity on the show, just let us know and click the button below. And you'll be the guest celebrity on More News You Can Use with Lotus Richey. Click the link. Click the link now. Hello and welcome back to More News You Can Use with Lotus Richey and my phenomenal co-host. Tonight we are going to have an awesome time as we share with you a remarkable guest that kind of carves her way right into your heart. You are going to have a phenomenal time. So I invite you to like, share, start a watch party, and run and tell somebody that we're back today with more news you can use. And of course, many of you know my phenomenal co-host, Miss Hillary Gooden. Guess what? She's going to be joining me tonight, but not before we tell you this. Go ahead, come on in, and run and tell a friend that we've got more news you can use. And when you come in, let us know where you're streaming in from. Go ahead, put your name down and put where you're coming from, because we want to know so that we can say hello. So with no further ado, I am going to go and get my co-conspirator. Whoa, look at that energy. My co-conspirator in giving just great news that you can use. So, but before I do that, go ahead. If you want to see me bring out the queen of the lymphatic bounce, Miss Hillary Gooden, go ahead and put a number 1 in the comment block. Put a number 1 in the comment block, and we're going to have some fun. Now, I know many of you may be asking me, okay, Lotus, what's in your cup tonight? Because I'm always drinking something. So while I get my cup right and you get your ones in the comment block below, I'm going to go ahead and tell you what's in my cup. Now, many of you know I'm working on making sure I'm healthy every day and I'm living a healthy life, and I encourage you to do too. Well, grab your cup and I'm going to grab mine. So tonight I'm drinking some lemon tea, and it has apple cider vinegar in it with the mother. I'm going to have a sip. You should too. Oh, I love it. Oh, also something else. What is that stuff that you put in your food to get your cartilage going? What is that? What is that stuff called? What is that stuff called? Collagen. I've got collagen in mine. So if you're having any aches, if you have arthritis or anything like that, you might want to get some collagen. I can't even pronounce it, but you know what I'm talking about. So get some collagen and win. So I'm going to take a quick break, and then I'm going to come right back with the phenomenal Hillary Gooden that's going to set this party off. Be right back. Hello and welcome back to More News You Can Use with Lotus Richey. We've got another spectacular show for you that's going to help you climb to the next level of awareness. That's right. So thank you so much for joining the show today. That's right. You're here at More News You Can Use with Lotus Richey. And guess what? If you want to be a celebrity on the show, just let us know and click the button below. And you'll be the guest celebrity on More News You Can Use with Lotus Richey. Click the link. Click the link now. All right. Thank you for joining us. And we see a bunch of people streaming in, and we're going to get right to you, but not before I bring out my phenomenal guest. She is known as the queen of the lymphatic bounce. Why don't you welcome Miss Hillary Gooden? Hey,
Hello,
Hillary.
hello, hello from the Chicagoland.
All right, good to see you. Good to see you. I've got some high energy going on tonight. You guys see, I'm kind of disappearing
Yeah,
from time
you
to time.
about to disappear on us.
Yeah, my energy is so high and I'm super duper excited. And for some of you that may be just joining us, Hillary Gooden is the lymphologist with the mostest and the great co-hostess. And she is known as the queen of the bounce. And we have another co-host that's phenomenal, and she's joining us tonight as well. So if you would run and tell that I've got someone all the way from Chi-Town, but all the way from Hawaii. So we want to say a hearty hello to our next co-host on our show. Please welcome Miss Kathy Oshiro. Hello, Kathy.
Hey, Kathy
Aloha.
from Hawaii.
Aloha. How you doing, dear?
Great. Thank you. Thanks for having me again.
All right. Always happy to have you. You're a phenomenal co-host, just like Miss Hillary Gooden. So we're going to get this thing started, because we want to bring out our guest so she can carve her way into the hearts of the folks that we're here talking to tonight. So, folks, as you know, many people try to figure out what their passion is. Well, tonight, you can stop going from pillar to post and find your passion. And maybe our upcoming guest will help you find your passion as she shares with us her passion. So would you please welcome our guest? We you know, some people call her the chainsaw carver. So welcome our guest, Aya Blaine, the chainsaw carver.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, how
Hey.
are you?
Good. Thank you. Thank you for
Uh,
having me.
Super happy to have you today. How are you doing other than carving up some things?
Right now I'm moving to So I'm so busy just back and forth upstate New York and Poconos, Pennsylvania.
Wow, you are traveling. Well,
Yeah.
we're super duper happy to have you on our show. And for those of you that just joining us, we have the phenomenal guest. She's better known. Her name is Aya Blaine. She's better known as the Chainsaw Carver. And we're going to get right into the meat of things and go with the first question of the night. And I'm going to leave that question to Miss Hillary. Miss Hillary?
Please, Miss Aya, please share more about yourself. We want to know.
I'm 46 years old and Japanese. Grew up in Osaka, Japan, and moved into the America like 11 years ago. So started chainsaw carving 2004, and I was doing pretty good for like a professional carver
Mhm.
for pretty long time. But like almost 4 years ago, I got the auto accident, so
Mhm.
I couldn't carve much since then. But slowly recovering now.
Awesome. Awesome. So, how I know you are a chainsaw carver, but like you are the master of chainsaw carving, because I saw you carving some things and it was phenomenal. So, how many competitions did you participate in with your chainsaw carving?
I don't even remember. I don't even count them because I was attending whatever I can attend, like as many as I could in Japan and in United States also, and some of the international competition in Germany and Canada. So like I was meeting one of the top carver in Japan every month, like
Mhm.
or more in the
Awesome.
events, like everywhere in Japan. I never met my other friends, like meeting as much as yeah, chainsaw carvers. So like that was my yeah. So
Oh,
Oh, Lotus,
I
you're
can't hear you.
muted. Lotus, you're muted.
Yeah, I muted myself because I was moving around. Sorry, guys. But it sounds like you've been in a lot of competitions, and that's great. But you said something earlier that Kathy wanted to ask you about. Kathy?
Can you please tell us about your accident a few years
Um,
ago? What happened?
well, I was driving. It was January 2017. So it wasn't winter, but still no snow, no ice, and the daytime. I was just driving straight on a highway, and I wasn't even like think anything happened. So I was just keep driving. Then something happened, like a boom. I hit my face on the steering wheel pretty hard because my truck was really old and had no airbag. And well, I just parked my car, my truck. Then I wasn't sure what happened. Then somebody knocked on my window, and "Are you okay?" I said, "I'm okay, but I don't know what happened." Then he said, "I'm sorry, I hit you from behind." And I look back, then it was like semi truck. I'm like, "Wow, you hit me that?"
Wow,
Yeah,
you got hit by a semi truck?
yeah. From
Wow.
behind. Like I was driving like 60, 65 miles per hour, and I had no idea what happened. So that ruined my neck, and it was really bad. Like uh it didn't show anything too much, like a little bit herniation. So like doctors told me you might be back to carving, back to normal, like a half a year, 1 hour, 1 year, or something like that. But it never get better, like getting worse and worse. So it was kind of struggle.
Wow. Wow. And I know a lot of people out there probably know people who's actually had car accidents and who's actually been hit or something like that. If you know someone that's been in a car accident or you yourself has been in a car accident and you recovered, go ahead and put a number 2 in the comment block below, because I can only imagine sometimes people feel so alone, especially when they have horrific accidents like you've had, and then try to come back from it. So I can put a number 2 because I've had a couple accidents myself, and just working back from it, it was daunting, but also some of the things that happened to me from the accident, I really never totally recovered. So with that being said, we're asking our folks to go ahead and put a number 2 in the comment block below. And we're going to give you guys maybe 30 seconds. Hillary, what do you think? You think we should give them about 30 seconds to put their comment
About
in?
15. About 15. We got some
15
good stuff we
seconds.
want to talk about here.
All right, 15 seconds. Okay, I'm gonna play the 30-second one and give them a 15-second one. Or how about no? How about we do something else? How about we talk about this jump thing that we got going on? How about that?
Yes.
You want to talk about that? All right.
Yes.
I think we should jump right in and talk about that. So we're gonna give you a quick couple seconds break, and then we're gonna come right back and get down and get buzzsaw. How about that? Get buzzsaw.
Hi, this is Midori from Seattle. November 30th, 5 p.m. Pacific. We're gonna do global jump. Have your trampoline and get your izumio and join us. 12月1日、日本の午前10時からグローバルジャンプをします。皆さん、トランポリン、そしてizumioを持って私たちと一緒に世界の NP ファンと一緒にジャンプしましょう。See you then! Bye!
All right. I love it. And we are going to get our jump on tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You don't want to miss it. But let's get right back to our phenomenal guest, Aya Blaine. She is known as the Chainsaw Carver. And I really want to kind of go over to some pictures of what you do. So let's go there. So she is a real chainsaw carver. We are not kidding. This is actually her with a chainsaw. So how did you get started even doing that?
I was grown up in a big city in Japan. So, and getting tired about the city life. So move into the countryside, then get the small land. And it had the trees. So, and we just got the chainsaw to cut them up, but never touched the chainsaw before. So just Google the chainsaw, then chainsaw carving popping up. I'm like, okay, I need more chainsaws to do it. Like, then started. So,
so wow. So then you started. So Hillary wanted to ask you a question, but I before we go there, I want to look a little bit more at some of your photos because the photos are amazing. Here we have you with this huge chainsaw about to carve up some trees. Now, tell us about this right here.
this one was the order carving. My customer ordered the Indian and a Native American. So, no, this one was I carved it. Then customer came over to saw him, and bought it. I think. Yeah, I just started to carve, and like I don't know, the customer loved it, and this one was one of my favorite carving too. And whenever I shared this post, then my customer came back and I'm still loving this carving. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Wow. So let me ask you this. Okay, I want to ask you this. Has either one of you ever seen someone carve something like this before? Hillary, you have? So
Not really.
How was it?
This guy, he was doing animal figurines. But I mostly seen men do it. That's what my question was. In your competitions, are there other women?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, there's other women that do this. So check this out. We're going to go to our viewers. First, we want to say hi to everybody. We want to acknowledge them because we're going to carve out a section in time for us to talk a little more about this, but not long because we're going to start the global bounce in less than 40 minutes. So I want to acknowledge people right quick. Hey, Angela from Washington, D.C. Who else do we have, Hillary?
Oh, that's Miss Fabulous. That is Miss Camille Robb.
All right. Who else we got, Kathy?
You muted.
We can't hear you.
Connie, Charite, Dulamar.
All right. Good stuff at it. All right. We got some ones. And Nita Bashir. And let us know where you guys are coming in from. Who else we got, Hill?
Oh, there she is, Miss Lynn Herod Diverges. Hey, Lynn.
Yes. And we've got Mr. Les Owens. Good to see you. And of course, Nita Bashir is coming in from Oklahoma. Who else we got, Kathy?
Carla Mukes.
All right. And we've got Sarah Beth Tobias all the way from Philippines. Miss Carla Mukes, let us know where you're streaming in from. Who else we got, Hillary?
Nikki Hammer. Hey, ladies. It's good evening. Yes.
All right. And don't forget, folks, get your notebook and pen because note takers are money makers. Thank you, Nikki Hammer, for always reminding us that. And who else we got?
Sachiko DeGray. Did she say DeGray? DeGray?
Maybe.
Sachiko. Coming in from, what does that say?
Torrance,
California. Yes. Hey, Sachiko.
Uh-oh. I think she's frozen.
She's frozen. Oh,
Yeah.
no. Well,
That's
she
okay.
just, yep.
We'll be ready for the global bounce. So for those of you that don't know what the global bounce is, that's basically everyone in the world can be jumping on a trampoline no matter where you're located at. And it really helps. Actually, Hillary, can you kind of talk about what bouncing does for the system and for your lymphatic system?
Okay, well, the bouncing is the #1 way to activate your lymphatic system. And so I am a lymphologist, and that's what I deal with, working and activating your lymphatic system to reduce stress, anxiety, to increase energy, clarity of mind, better health, and vitality. Makes you feel good and it's fun too. And so, yes, you want to have better health. You can join us for this global bounce, because now is the time to get started for better health. Always now. We don't have to wait to make a resolution in 2021. We're getting started now. And that's what this is all about. It starts right after this broadcast tonight. And so
Hillary, I have a question for you. I actually started bouncing, since we started coming on News You Can Use. And I started doing it now a couple of times a week or a few times a week. And I've noticed that my stomach has actually gone down. And I think even my features of my face have actually gone down as well.
yes, because it works every cell at the same time. When you at the bottom of every bounce, every cell in your body, from your brain to the bottom of your feet, are affected. So it helps to reduce inflammation even a little bit. So you see that. And plus, when you're bouncing, whether you have a stabilizing bar or not, you're engaging your core. And that's why you will see the reduction in your abdomen area. Yeah. And so it's amazing. I always say, I'm just amazed that it affects every cell at the same time. And it's the only exercise that does that. With the bouncing, we're dealing with the gravity. What do they call it? The G force. And so at the bottom of every bounce, you're engaging that G force, and it's affecting your cellular self.
Yeah,
So
it's amazing. It's such a short period of time too. You only do it like 3 to 5 minutes at a time, right?
that 3 to 5 minutes at a time. You can do it longer, but you don't have to, because it doesn't take much. Doing what's called the health bounce, doing what's called lymphasizing. We're not just trying to do a cardio workout. We're working our lymphatic system. So Miss Aya, I really wanted to ask you too. Thank you so much about the carving. What was the first thing that you carved? Because I just can't imagine.
Yeah.
Go
My
ahead.
first carving was an owl.
Okay, something
Yeah.
small. Because that
Yeah,
man, how big was that man we were looking at?
Come again?
That man, that figure of that man, that soldier or something that you were just showing us with the spear. How tall was that?
That was I was next to the carving. Like it was just from the bust, like a bust carving to the top. So I'm not really sure how tall it is, but itself might be 4 or 5. Yeah, because he has no legs.
Okay. So when you're in the competitions, how long does the competition last? I mean, is it like from just a block or a piece of tree? How long does it last? And how does that go?
That's depends on the competitions. So many different rules, and each competition has a different rules. So I went to the quick carving, extreme pencil carving competition. That sometimes we do the quick carving competition, like 1 hour or sometimes less. So they log to something, make it. And sometimes more complicated carving, big carving, like 7-8 feet log we're carving, and 8 hours carving straight, 3 days, 4 days. Yeah,
Wow.
that's
That is
that's a
this is
hard carving competition,
Amazing.
but yeah.
so you have like a group of different size chainsaws, I
Yes,
imagine.
yes. I'm
Beautiful.
I'm not really sure how many chainsaws, working chainsaw I have right now because I didn't cover much yet. But I think I have 8 or 9 chainsaws right now.
That's so. I have a question.
Mhm.
Since the accident, how
Mhm.
did you feel when you couldn't carve and you could only watch then from the side because you were so used to, to
Yeah.
carve and do it whenever you want? And I know now you've just recently restarted, but how did you feel when you couldn't carve and you could only just watch from the side?
Well, one of my friend was um is the organizing the carving competition, and he actually let me go there as a vendor, like not a carver but a vendor. So I was making some craft stuff like a mini moss gardens or something that time. I was there for selling them mini moss gardens and watching people like carvers, most the carvers I know, and everyone is carving like start boom. I'm like shaking in the booth, like I can't even go through the
Mm,
like the competition because I want to talk to them, but I'm gonna cry, and everyone's,
Mm.
you know what I mean, feeling bad for me, and like I'm so miserable, and I was like really shaking. Then the even the audience came to the my booth during the competition, and I was trying to focus on the moss garden, but then people are asking me, "Are you used to carving?" I'm like, "Yes, yes." Like, I'm like, "Yes,
yes.
I was, yes." I was one of them. Like, it was really tough. Yeah. But I still wanted to be there. Like, I didn't want to totally out of it, I wanted to be there. Like, it was really tough.
So, when did you start coming back into carving? Changed
Um,
since your accident?
so I was actually trying to back to carving because all the time, because my doctors were telling me like, oh, you can try a little bit, like just to carve a little bit and see what happens. But chainsaw carving is not like just a little bit, it's not a pencil. So we have to before carving, I have to bring the log, have to bring the air compressor out, and all chainsaws and the fueling and everything. Then I was just tired out and I couldn't even carve. So I was like back on and off little bit carving, then getting worse, then try to carving again, getting worse. So like last whole year, 2019, I couldn't even carve nothing. Like
Mm.
then early this year, I think that was April, my friend lives in Japan. She was wondering about me because the COVID is happening in America, really bad. So she saw the news and she just contacted me. Are you alright with the COVID? I said, COVID is nothing for me, but like my neck. She was like, what? So we were talking about the stuff. Then she said, she introduced me the Naturally Plus product. Um, Hydrogenized water is meal, and Milk Plus, the carotenoid supplement. So first time I heard it, I'm like, I don't even know them, and I'm eating healthy. So I love the vegetables and the fruits, and you know what I mean, and fermented stuff. I'm making myself so many stuff, and I wasn't think like I need the supplement for the neck, but Like I tried so many different doctors and there's so many stuff like injection and medication, whatever, and try to go to the see the neurologist or whatever, find something, fix it, please. But nobody can find anything, and like I was so frustrated and didn't. I had nothing to do. So then researching about the products, then I was feeling like I should try anyways. So then started taking it like early May. Then it was like, boom. What was the 3.5 years my struggle? What was that? Like, why don't you call me like 3 years ago? Like, it was a huge difference. I was like almost like just to stay in bed that time. I was making the lunch myself, like easy lunch or something, cooking a little bit. Then I was getting really tired. I couldn't even eat. Right, I had to lay down before eat. Then getting better and wake up and eat a little bit or something like that. So it was really bad.
Wow.
Wow. That is an amazing story. And we want to thank you for sharing that with us, because there are people all around the globe that have these type of stories. And I even know people who were very, very sick and they tried the products. And I want to toast you. So let's give Aya a toast. I got my Izumio. What you got, Hillary?
I got my Izumio.
All right, Kathy.
Thank you.
Let's toast to Aya.
Thank you.
Now, another thing that we talked about earlier was about the fact that we are doing the global jump. And tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to start the global jump. But I got to tell you, Aya, you are really helping us with what you've shared to really jump right in to this thing feet first. And I say, let's go ahead and have a toast to Hillary, because Hillary really started getting everybody going, jumping all over the world. And so this is some news that you can use.
I just got my trampoline 1 hour ago. Last minute, I'm like, I need a trampoline.
Yes, I love it, because that's the truth. You know, we're going to jump into health. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back in a couple of minutes, because Aya is getting ready to jump in and get herself together, and we're going to get ourselves together, because at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to start the global jump. Okay, and we challenge you and invite you to start the global jump with us. Now, before we take a quick break, I want to ask Hillary, because Hillary is like, she's just amazing, inspiring people to make sure they jump, and inspiring people to make sure that they move into action in their lymphatic system. So Hillary, can you share with everybody why it's so important to jump as often as they can, and how it affects the lymphatic system?
Well, we were talking about that while you were making your way back. But you know, when you bounce, it's the number one way to work the lymphatic system. I do believe God has a sense of humor. And so bouncing on the mini trampoline is fun. But aside from being fun, it's the only exercise that will work all your cells at the same time. And we're made up of, the average person, 37.2 trillion cells. Wow. So we want all our cells to receive the benefit of the bounce. And at the bottom of the bounce is where we experience the G force, the gravitational pull. It's that G force at the bottom of the bounce that affects all of your cells. So bouncing a little bit, 3 to 5 minutes, several times a day, or once a day, or in the morning, in the evening, whenever you just feel like it, at the office, at home, it will help you to help your body do what it will do naturally to make you have a more vibrant life, more vibrant health. And so I'm just totally excited about it. It's something I'll be talking about to my dying days, which I hope are way off.
I love it. I love it. So those of you, I jumped off for a minute. You know, when we get on these hot topics and they are going to help someone, our computers, everything goes crazy. But we are full of tenacity, and we will not stop. We will not be stopped. We cannot stop. I want to say hey to our wonderful guest, prior guest, Mr. Tommy Koo, all the way from Singapore. Happy to see you. Emilio Roman, all the way from New Jersey. Hi to you and Daniela. Glenn, good to see you, Glenn, all the way from Hawaii. Aloha. And Marsha Smalling, good to see you as well. And so many of you are chiming in, and we thank you, and we encourage you to join us tonight on the Global Jump. It is going to be a private, somewhat global jump. It's going to be in Zoom. So make sure you join us tonight. We've got some stuff to tell you in that Zoom. Make sure you join us. You don't want to miss it. I want to say hi to Karen. Good to see you, Karen Shimatsu. Always happy to have you all the way from Hawaii. And Ruth Cates, good to see you as well, streaming in from Hawaii. We love you and happy to see you. Again, we will not be stopped. We cannot be stopped. We will not be stopped. And saying that, I want to also go to a quick commercial. Why? To share this information with all of you about something that we're getting ready to do coming up soon. And so as we get ready to close this broadcast in the next few minutes, we want to double dog dare you. Look in the chat below, and if someone hasn't put it in the chat below, someone go ahead and put in the chat below, put in a link for the Zoom, for the private Zoom that we're going to have tonight for the Global Bounce. So those of you that's going to join the Global Bounce, remember this, we do have some, let's say, some Global Bounce apparel, if you will, okay? And the Global Bounce apparel is for you to grab, because this is not going to be the only Global Bounce. We're going to do another Global Bounce. And Hillary can tell you a little bit about that. And also she can share with you some things she's going to do right before the Global Bounce starts on next month. Hillary?
Well, so at the end of December, I got to get the dates together, but at the end of December, we're going to do a 5-day Bounce for Better Health challenge. And that's going to be lead right into the January Global Bounce. And so, in doing that challenge, you'll be hearing more information about why the different benefits and different causes, and just a lot of really good information that you can take with you, not only during the 5-day challenge, but for your life, for not just for 2020, yes, but 2021 and beyond, not just for you, but for your family, those you know and love as well. Awesome. We're excited about that. And when we get ready for the Global Bounce in January, we'll all be suited up with our different Global Bounce, Global Jump apparel. Yes.
Yes, we will. And so with that being said, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come right back, and then we're going to let Miss Aya go ahead and go so she can get ready. And then we're going to chat about a couple more things, because we got a couple more events going on that we want to share with you before we end our broadcast tonight. Okay, so here we go. Let's share this with you, and we'll be right back. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. We got it. We got it, you guys. All right, and we are back. So, with that being said, we're right back and we want to thank you. So, one other thing we want to share with you before we take another quick break is that we've got a program coming up, and Miss Hillary Gooden is going to be a part of that program. And if you're an author, you want to check this out.
Hello, are you an author? Then I'm talking to you. We are looking for you to sign up for the Pro Network Expo happening on December 5th. Authors will have an awesome opportunity to be able to tell us about yourself and present your book to an international audience. So click the link below. We're looking for you. We're excited about the conference, and we cannot wait to hear more about your book.
All right, so we super duper back, and it is 7:44, and we're almost 15 minutes away from the 8 o'clock hour. So with that being said, woo, we are going to get ready to say, see you later, alligator. And when you come to the global jump, we are going to share our t-shirts with you. We're going to share some dates with you, and we're going to share some secret sauce with you, but not before we take this quick moment to talk about something else that's going on with Miss Hillary Gooden. Miss Hillary Gooden, I know you got a book that's coming out that you got, and I want to know about it. Hold that joker up. You got the power. I love it. So Miss Hillary Gooden is actually going to be a part of the Pro Network event. It's a global event. You definitely want to be there. Miss Kathy might be there as well. We're going to let you know, but that's some secret sauce we're not going to let go right here. So make sure you get Hillary Gooden's book, You Got the Power. It's 7 ways to transform your health and peace. And there is her www.hillarygooden.com. Make sure you get that book. So Hillary, you want to tell the folks a little bit about the book, because next month when we start the book club, this may be okay, y'all. It's gonna be one of the books in the book club reading. So you need to get your book. So Hillary, you want to tell the folks a little bit about what the book is all about?
It is about the fact that you got the power. Somebody said, well, you meant to say you have the power. No, I meant to say you got the power. You got the power to help your body, help you to transform your health and peace. It's not only dealing with nutrition, moving your body, getting more sleep, but we're dealing with mindset issues, like the power of your words, the power of your thoughts. You know, you have the power to you have power over the thoughts that you allow your mind to entertain. We also talk about the power of love and forgiveness, how it affects your health. And then we're also talking about how do you deal with stress. Stress is a 60%, it affects 60% of all illnesses, is at the base of a lot of illnesses in the United States, and I'm sure worldwide. Especially now with COVID, we're stressed out more than ever, dealing with stress and anxiety. So it's a big part of the book. And then we talk about drinking water, and that is one reason why I ended up saying, you know what, getting with is Naturally Plus is a good fit, because that's something that I know is important. And so dealing with the Izumio and dealing with the other things that I know about drinking water and why it's good for you is a big part of the book, because staying hydrated, you need your cells to be hydrated. And then the book ends with how about listening to your body. So I do talk about the trampoline. I talk about the bouncing. I talk about breathing, which is the number 2 way to work the lymphatic system, breathing exercises, and all about breathing properly. So those are the things that are in there. Each chapter has a prefix, and then it has the body of it. But behind each chapter is assignments, things that you can walk away with to do in your life right away that will help you to help your body have more peace, have more better health, and most of all, vitality. Because I read a quote the other day that says true health is not measured by the absence of disease, but it is measured by vitality. So that's what we want in our lives. More vitality, to have a more vibrant life. That is, you got the power.
I love it. And you got the power to do, be, and have anything you want. It's just a matter of claiming it. And what I love about what we're doing tonight is that we're sharing with you a part of our heart, because we want you to know that we are jumping with everyone across the globe. So with that being said, and no further to do, we again are inviting you to join us at the Global Bounce, because we're about to bounce on out of this place right now as we get started. And who better to say it better than the queen herself right here. Go ahead and tell us, Hillary.
Health coach. Come join us for the Global Jump, November 30th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I love it. Yes. So join us for the bounce. We're getting ready to go ready. We'll see you at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are ready to get this thing going, and so should you be ready to get this thing going. Until we see you again, see you at the bounce.